Hey guys, it's Jess, and today I'm doing a video on old books. I was playing on the internet a couple of days ago, and I was reading over some book blogs, and I saw one blog, which I don't remember now, that had a question about how long you keep books in your library, which I thought was an interesting question, and there are some cool responses to it, but I decided to put my own little spin on it, and so today is going to be a video on the 5 oldest books in your library. I thought this would be a fun video to do because I know a lot of you are collectors as well as readers, and collectors tend to not just pick books that they want to read, but also books that have a history, that have been around for a while, have interesting illustrations, all of that. So I thought this would be a fun video to do. I know many of you are going to blow me out of the water with how old some of your books are, but these are my 5 oldest books. So the oldest book in my library is actually the textbook Magic Carpet that I showed in my last haul. It's from 1952, which is actually the year my mom was born. And it, it's just a really cool book. But since I just showed it in my haul, I decided to go to my next oldest book, which is The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, and this copy is from 1961, and it belonged to my mom. It's been in the family for a long time, and it's just got really pretty illustrations, and I'm going to pull one up for you. Here you go. Just really pretty. And, I love that my mom gave this to me because she knows I take better care of my books than she does. But anyway, so this is a special one. My mom read it when she was a little girl, so it means something to me. My next oldest book is The Wolves of Wiloughby Chase by Joan Aiken, and this also belonged to my mom when she was a little girl, which she has since given to me for safekeeping. And this is from 1962, and it was given to my mom from my granddad, and it was given to her for Christmas. And I know that because the inscription is there. Yeah, this is a really cool story. If you haven't read it, it's great. It also has some really cool illustrations in it. Yeah, this one's just really cool. And as you can tell, it's been well loved over the years. I love that. And it also has, this is kind of cool, it has the, what do they call it, the bedeviled edges, which I think is really cool too. So yeah, love, love, love this one. So the next oldest book on my bookshelves, it's actually not a book, it's a magazine, the Magazine of Communication Art, and it's from 1965, and this actually belonged to my granddad. He passed away about 3 years ago, and when he did, he was a voracious reader and way more sophisticated a reader than I will probably ever be. He loved nonfiction and biographies, and he was a true intellectual reader. But he also had just a lot of really interesting art books. He was an accomplished artist, actually went to the Boston School of Art, and as his career, he was in advertising, and was actually part of some pretty major accounts in Chicago. And anyway, so he had many of these magazines once upon a time, but for some reason, this one was still on his bookshelf when he died, and so I grabbed it and took it, and it's just really cool. It's basically a sum up of, advertisements during that time. It also has some graphic art, which I'm trying to find. Really, really cool. I really love it. First of all, the pictures are just cool. But, it also it reminds me of my granddad, and so I love it for that reason. So the next oldest book is also not really a book. I'm really sort of cheating here. It's actually the New Penguin World Atlas. It's from 1979, which is the year I was born. And this also belonged to my grandfather. And it's a basic atlas. I mean, nothing really special here. Just the world. But what's really cool about this book, not only because it's older and a map and belonged to my grandfather, but I was sort of just kind of flipping through and I found a picture of my granddad and my grandma. It was taken in the spring of 1949, which is just, it's really cool. There they are. It's my grandparents. Unfortunately, they've both passed away, and I miss them terribly. They were the only grandparents that I knew, and but anyway, there they are. They were dating at that time. Actually, would get married within the next 2 years. So, so that's a very, very happy surprise for this book. So, for that reason and alone, it's priceless. And then the last of my 5 oldest books in my library is a real book. And I decided to pick one from my childhood. It's the oldest book that I have that is actually from my childhood. And it is the Big Golden Book of Fairy Tales. This is from 1981, and this book has special meaning for me, not only because it's just a piece of my childhood and fairy tales, but the illustrations in this book are truly some of the most beautiful I have ever seen. In all fairy tale books. I mean, these are truly, truly breathtaking. I mean, come on. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? I mean, this book, someday I should just do, something for just this book alone, because, I mean, they're just so amazing. I can't even, I mean, look at that. So beautiful. So yeah, and there are so many, I mean, it's jam-packed full of those. And it's got several fairy tales in it. So yeah, I love this book. It's my childhood, one of my childhood books. So that is my video on the 5 oldest books in my library. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope some of you collectors, especially those who have older books, I hope you are inspired to do a video of your own. I love looking at older books, and it's just, I mean, the history and the memories attached to them are what make them amazing. Not just the stories, but the stories behind them as well. So I hope some of you will do video responses to this video, and I know I promised that I would do a book haul today, and I didn't get to the library today, but tomorrow I'll be there. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.